welcome to this week's episode of the Greenback Weekly Rundown. This week's episode being brought to you by the good folks at Timish Electric. It's been another busy week for Greenback athletes, both wrestling and basketball, boys and girls, all in tournament action this week. A new addition to the show, we're going to bring you interviews each week from head coach Anthony Brown and head coach Kendall Miller to give you updates on their respective sports. All right, let's dive in. On the basketball side of things, the Greenbacks were in the 30th annual Cheney Cardinal Classic tournament. They traveled to Wellington on Thursday for the second round of pool play in that tournament. The boys came away with a big win, 63-48, led by junior Arlie Morrell, who finished with 22 points, 19 rebounds. That win would put them in the championship game against Cheney on Saturday night. The girls fell to Wellington, who is the number one ranked team in 4A, by a score of 70-23. And that loss would put them in a third place matchup Saturday afternoon against Chaparral. With trophies on the line, Coach Hildebrand and his team rebounded from the loss, led by junior Hope Hughes, finished with 12 points on the day, and the Greenbacks defeated the Roadrunners 40-27. Here's Coach Hildebrand with his thoughts on that third place finish.
Tournament as a whole.
Yeah, usually, I think this tournament and then, Hoisington tournament later, your goal is to get, 2 wins. 2 wins is not as easy as you think. If you get to that third win the championship, but that's tough to do. Obviously here, when you got, Wellington and the Cheney and you got some really tough teams, but getting a couple good wins out of it, that's what we wanted. And like you said, we kind of took care of business on the ones we should have here. So, getting 2 wins is a good kind of momentum as we go in this last week before Christmas break.
Yep. Now, Saturday's matchup for the boys was the primetime match as they battled against the hometown team, the Cheney Cardinals, a rivalry that only continues to grow. The Greenbacks had a 5-point lead heading into halftime. Cheney was able to cut it down to 2 heading into the fourth, and would go on to outscore the Greenbacks 17-8 in the fourth quarter and hand the Greenbacks their first loss of the season. Leading scorer for the night, Arlie Morrell, finished with 19 points and 12 rebounds. Here's Coach Batten and his thoughts on the tournament.
Well, I was glad we were in the pool we were in. I really was. Because, we got to see full court man press just getting all over us. And then we got to see 1-3-1. And tonight we got to see Cheney, So I think we got to see a lot of different things here early in the season. It's gonna pay off as we start into league play and on into February and those times. So I'm glad that I'm definitely glad we were in the pool we were in, and I think our kids are going to really grow from this. We had to play without Arlie for a little bit tonight, and I thought some kids really stepped up and did a good job. And we just got to keep moving forward.
Girls and boys wrestling both battled it out in Douglas last week in tournament action. The girls competed on Friday, the boys on Saturday. Coach Miller joins us now to give us his thoughts on how the girls competed.
All right, Coach Miller, another busy week for your Greenbacks. Friday, you guys were at Douglas, had some great success there. And I just got done talking with Coach Brown over there, and I want to ask you the same question. Before we get to Douglas, how was that atmosphere last Tuesday at home in the Frog Dome against Dodge City? The iconic Frog Dome finally brought back to life.
Yeah, it was really iconic. I know I've never been a part of it, and just hearing people talk about the atmosphere, it was something special. And getting people out there and, getting the seats packed and having that atmosphere is special for the kids and everybody around the community as well.
All right, and then Friday you guys traveled to Douglas, a big tournament there, 23 teams is what it looked like. How'd the Greenbacks fare?
Yeah, we placed second as a team. We were really close in the last finals matches. Derby got ahead of us. We were really close with Newton as well. Yeah.
And then individual performers had a couple champions, then a couple other wrestlers as well make the podium. I'm going to put you on the spot here and see if you can run down them.
Yeah, Taylor Credit got 4th. Jade Baker got 4th. We had Briley Richardson and Gabby Cervantes get 2nd. And Wendy Candia and Graceland Hembry got 1st. So we had overall a pretty good day. And Wendy Candia got most outstanding wrestler. So it was a pretty special tournament for us.
And that's her second tournament now. She won at the Pratt tournament as well, named most outstanding wrestler. So she's had a great career, looking to just add to it this season.
Yeah, she's really looking forward to this year. And after having the year that she had last year, we just continue to grow, and she's really looked to improve every week.
Now, one of the other things I always like to shine a spotlight on is, was there like an underdog performance or anything like that? Anybody that, there's always that person on a team that, are like, they kind of just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Anybody that had that for you guys Friday?
Gabby Cervantes had a really good day in the bracket. She was in the pigtails, so she didn't even make it to bracket play yet, and made it all the way to the finals and had a really good day. She even scored in the finals, so that was the underdog match or wrestler of the tournament, and she's getting better as well. So we're really excited she's coming on.
All right, and where do you guys head this week before you get close to the Christmas break?
Yeah, this week we end our winter season at Wichita North, and so we're pretty excited to end it on a Friday, last day before everybody gets out for Christmas break.
All right, Coach Miller, thanks for not tuning in with us. Thanks for hopping in with us here doing these weekly updates. We look to keep doing it each week throughout the winter season and follow your guys' success. So good luck this week at Wichita.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach Miller.
On the boys' side, they also competed at Douglas on Saturday. Now we're joined by head coach A.J. Brown to give us his thoughts on the tournament, recap, and what's coming up.
Coach Brown, another busy week for your Pratt High Greenbacks. Saturday, you guys were at Douglas. But before we get to that, I want to go back to Tuesday. Dodge City, home at the Duel. Haven't talked to you since then, so I want to get your thoughts on that atmosphere. First time back in the Frog Dome. What was that like?
Yeah, the Frog Dome was incredible. It was it was an awesome atmosphere, having all the kids, having PCC come through, PWC come through, all the Pratt High fans, everybody right on top of us. It was a really cool environment. It was super loud. Yeah. When you saw our seniors, we started out with a senior with Ethan Steinmates winning his first match by major. It got loud, and then when we ended with 3 seniors winning all 3 matches by bonus points, it just got louder and louder until it ended with Tay, and place was rocking.
It was cool. I think they said 17 years was the last time an event had been in the Frog Dome, so nice to see it brought back to life.
No,
now,
it was awesome.
Saturday then, you guys at Douglas, a big tournament there, had some good results, some tough competition. Give us the rundown of that day for you guys.
Yeah, Douglas is always a good competition. We always see bigger schools with Newton and Bishop Carroll being there. This year we had 58 ranked wrestlers going into it. Finals had 28 out of the 28 kids ranked throughout the state. We put 2 of those kids into the finals with Tay taking first and Blake coming through. Really proud of everybody else we took. We only took about 5 kids to Douglas. We sent everybody else to Heston, which is another varsity tournament, but a little bit smaller. It's really good for our young guys to go get some experience against some smaller schools compared to going against the top of the top. So.
Now, Windsor, too, I saw he had a chance to avenge his loss from the Pratt tournament at that tournament Saturday. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yep. His quarterfinals match, he tech-falled the kid who beat him by 1 point in the finals. So we knew that we could get into legs. We knew that we could get our shots. And it was really cool to see him go out there and finish out a game plan. So tech-falling a kid that you just lost to is always hard to beat.
Talk about Windsor as a whole, though. I saw you guys do a Greenback Wrestler of the Week. I saw this week Windsor was your Greenback Wrestler. Talk about just what he means to this program as a senior leader.
Windsor has been here since the beginning. I've coached him since he's been in 7th grade and joined us, and he's always that stalwart. He's the guy who's always doing the right thing. He's coming in practice. He's getting guys excited. He leads all of our warm-ups. He breaks us down every day. He's the first one here, the last one in the locker room. Normally I'm kicking him out as I'm trying to leave. And so he's a great kid. Another thing with his tournament this last weekend, he was 0-3 against an Abilene wrestler, Joseph Welch. Came back and beat him 1-0 in the semis to make it to the finals. So the fact that he's trusting the process, he's working his way through it, it's really cool to see.
Oh, great day. Now, where are you guys at this week coming up?
We'll go back to Abilene this week. It's a long drive, and it's definitely it's a fun tournament. They all get 5 matches, so they'll do a pool play where they'll wrestle 3 guys and then get it put into a bracket. So they all should get 4 to 5 matches for our varsity kids, and our JV kids head over to Rose Hill, which is a huge JV tournament. So.
Should be a good weekend for you guys, and appreciate you hopping in with this. Sticker every week. We plan on doing this. If you're good with it, the people like seeing you better. So each week we'll check in with these recaps, and good luck to you, Coach.
Cool. Thanks, sir.
And that's going to do it for another episode of the weekly Greenback Rundown. Tune in next week, and we'll cover everything that's happened in between.